Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ash Coast. What is the Ash Coast? Well, I'll tell you. The Ash Coast is my little brown books and chainmail game that I'm running over on the Clericsware Ringmail Discord. Not quite there with the Hexcrawl yet, but that's where it's going. And last week, I was able to run our inaugural session. That's what I'm here to tell you about. Now, don't you normally put your actual plays into video format and throw them up on the YouTube? I do, and I did record our session. However, I messed up setting up our OBS, and somehow I recorded 2 hours of video with zero sound. So, I came in today, got up a little early, put on my sleeveless DMing shirt, and I'm here to tell you how it went. Or did I? In the open shot project where I was stitching together my play report, I had imported what I thought was soundless audio, and I had intended to chop it up and use it for illustrative purposes and to cover over the parts where I screwed up and couldn't edit out my ums. Nope. Put it in open shot and boom! Sound ahoy! Apparently something was just wrong with my media player when I was checking to see if it was done right. So, without further ado, throwing away all that other babble, and let's get right into Session -1 of the Crusade for the Ash Coast. Scouting the Brass Ziggurat. Welcome everyone to the Ash Coast. We are here tonight with a couple buddies of mine, and we are going to do a preliminary delve into a hidden ziggurat on the far side of Hunter's Hold Island. That is the first crusade. We landed right about here, and we're moving from our flotilla in the bay over to the far side, and we're going to take a look at that ziggurat. So I know everybody on the call, but I'm not sure if you guys have met. If you want to just go down the line, we'll introduce ourselves real quick, and then we'll be on and about our on or about our adventure. Hey, Hobbs, you want to start us off?
Hey everybody, I am Jason Hobbs. I am playing Taganus, the wimpiest fighting man of all time.
Right, Jeff?
We don't know what the line is you're talking about yet. Okay.
Well, I'm going to challenge you for that position. So I am Jeff, and I am playing Louis, the 1 hit point, slightly wimpier fighting man.
What competition is it?
Race to the bottom.
Yeah, and I'm Ozarker, and I'm going to be playing Dreg. Again, another fighting man, so sounds like we're going in with swords and shields raised.
Proper party.
Yep,
I mean,
sounds...
There were like 2 classes, right? So it's not a surprise. Or were there more?
I believe there was Gygax who said, why does everyone want to play a magic user when they could be Conan?
He is a wise man. So, all right, thank you for putting up with me. Now, I am your dungeon master for this evening. I'm Taylor, and I am I am the dungeon master for the evening, and I am sipping my Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. I didn't even know it was October yet, but here we are. So, as a little backdrop, yep. As a little bit of backdrop to this, the Ash Coast is a forgotten set of kingdoms. Generations ago, taken over and taken down by several Lich King warlock necromancers who have since despoiled the land and made it unusable, separating civilization from civilization and poisoning the land and the people around. So the forces of law and the forces of the druids, the grove, the forces of nature have come together in contrast to their typical disagreements, and it's time to retake the Ash Coast. And so today we are exploring the a suspicious ziggurat on the far side of the island. In the tavern, one of the tavern ships aboard the Flotilla, the remainder of the fleet, which is anchored permanently outside the bay, serving as our home base. You guys overheard that there is a black obsidian structure rising near the east coast of the island. Its edges and its railings are gilded with brass, and hooded figures patrol its parapet. Along the weeping holes, it's said to ooze blood permanently and slowly into the earth below. So,
Is the ziggurat actively rising out of the ground, or has it finished kind of climbing from the earth?
the reports say it appears static. It is a building.
And do we know what kind of local fauna might exist on the way to the ziggurat?
Yep. Fauna in Honors Hold Island is very scarce. The ground is very dry, very ashy. There is a slow but active shield volcano that is dripping into the harbor within arrow shot from the flotilla where everyone lives, and the ground is thick with ash and clay. So you've seen wild boars, you've seen jackrabbits and foxes, but the wildlife is few and far between due to an anemia of ecosystem.
I believe I have everything I need to set out.
Okay. So I guess the question that remains, you guys have a couple options of approach. I do not have a hex map ready, but I do have the basics. You have the opportunity to approach from the north, which is a little bit, let's see, where'd my map go? My referee's map. You can approach from the south, which is where the scouts had seen it from, across an ashen plain, or you can approach from the northwest, where you've got a dead wood, a sort of petrified forest.
I would prefer to go the same route the scouts did, if only for they've already seen it that way.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking maybe the petrified wood would give us some cover.
Okay. Yeah, there were the shadow figures that he mentioned.
How much cover is from the south? Is there any?
Let's see. The Ash Coast, Honors Hold. From the south, it is. We're having from the south, it is essentially open plain. It's there might have once been grass here, but whatever grass has been long since died, and the earth is cracked in a mosaic of clay and ash. So yeah, from the south and from the east, there's pretty much no cover at all, though the ziggurat is within eyesight of the coast, and then from the north and northwest you have a petrified forest where you have dead trees that the trunks of which have encrusted with salt, and the xylem of which has long since ceased to flow. So skeletons of trees, leafless but prolific.
Uh, you convinced me that having cover from the woods is a good enough reason to take that approach.
Oh, all right, nice.
So I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because it's possible that those scouts, with it being such an open plain, that they were spotted, and now whatever's going on in that ziggurat, they're prepared for that direction.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep. Sounds good. So,
Of course, this is going to take us straight into all the dangers of the wood, that we couldn't see. But oh
yep.
well.
Yep. Your journey to the ziggurat is largely uneventful. You come across a couple birds, seabirds roosting that give you a wide berth, but the air is as eerily quiet as it is choking and arid. Uh, the Approaching the ziggurat, it is as you were told. The edges are a polished brass. Do you want? Were you trying to approach in full daylight, a twilight hour? What time? How would you like to? How would you like to time your adventure?
What time did the scouts see it with the shadowed figures around it?
The scouts would have been there early morning. They were rounding the coast. It's not a big island. The entire island is probably 18-20 miles across, and the flotilla, which is a which is the all of the ships that were used to transport the initial crusade had been tethered together and anchored in a protected bay. So the flotilla is on the leeward side of a sort of hook-shaped island that's about 18 miles across. And so what the scouts were doing is they were rounding the coast, trying to get the lay of the topography. And so they would have seen it early in the morning, rounding the north and east portion of the island.
I would prefer to go during daylight hours because it would be easier to see the guards. Like they'll stand out against the ziggurat if there's light out.
Yeah, I'd prefer evening, but we're not going to be able to see at night. So, unless it's like a really bright night or something, and we can see if they light up the place, and then maybe we can see if they're like versus undead or not, or if they can see in the dark, or if they can't. There's some things that we can figure out there, but we're probably safest in the daylight. I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it depends too on how long we want to spend kind of casing the joint, because we could spend maybe a day or two just making sure everything, or just watching it at night and daytime just to see what our options are, maybe.
See if
Sounds
they
like
have
good
patrols on a schedule.
Right.
I like it.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna keep an eye on it from the cover of the petrified forest.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and the forest is in the north. You said the northwest, right?
Correct. It stretches north to northwest.
And this is the island we're on right here. This is Honor's Hold.
Let me pop back to the correct map. Honors Hold. Yes. Yeah. That is not how I was supposed to draw that. But yeah, this island right here is Honors Hold. Oops. And the right in the center of that explosion marker is right about where the town is. So you see, there's the
town being the flotilla.
correct. You see where the little mountain symbol is? That is the shield volcano up which the Crusaders marched. The flotilla is in the harbor just north of that volcano.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And so if the upper part of that the peninsula there to the northeast. If that looks kind of like a hand giving you a thumbs up, the the ziggurat would be right about the knuckle on the thumb. So right
Okay.
about where Jeff's thing is. So that's right about where you are.
Nice. We came from the northwest, and they
Yep.
came from the other side as they rounded. You can't see my hand. Aha.
Yep. So they would have been out to sea. So they did not go ashore.
All right. I like it.
So how close is the water to the ziggurat itself? Is it kind of like the same distance as the forest would be,
It's
or what?
probably the forest is a little closer. The forest is within a couple a football field or two. So it doesn't look to have been intentionally cleared. So you can get a pretty good bead on the ziggurat itself. From a decent hiding place. The water, on the other hand, is probably 3/4 of a mile away. You think you could see it if you climbed to an elevated position, uh, but the forest is much closer.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. So the first day passes largely without incident. During the day, you do note that a small groups of hooded men do patrol the top. They don't appear to spot you as they walk in a kind of clockwise rotation, and they seem to saunter around on a patrol hour by hour. You do notice also as you are watching, there is a stairwell on the western. West is left. Yes. On the western side of the ziggurat, there is a massive stairwell, probably 10 feet wide by 40 feet long, rising halfway up the structure, and and that's on the west wall.
And it goes about halfway up.
Okay.
Correct.
How large is the ziggurat?
It appears to be. Let's see. It is easily 150, 200 feet across on four sides. So yeah, 150, 200 feet to the side appears to be square, and it is half again as tall, so 75, 80 feet into the air. It's at a pretty steep incline, so a lot of step pyramids will have, and like most step pyramids, you have a layer. It comes up and kind of tears off, and that's where you see at about the 60-foot mark, you see the men patrolling, and there's another level on top of that that you can sort of see. There's something glinting at the top. During daylight, the air is never fully clear. It doesn't rain, and the clouds in the sky promise no moisture, but there's always this sort of thin haze about the island. So, what sunlight you do get glints brightly off of the brass fixings on the ziggurat itself, and as the scouts had reported, there are weeping holes carved into the walls at interval, approximately the height of a man, and from them oozes a thick red ichor that, with chunks in it that slowly flop onto the ground, just out of vision from your vantage point.
What does the stairwell lead to?
Uh, it's hard to tell because it's up in the air, but it looks like there's a platform. Uh,
And we can identify the figures as men.
They are man-sized.
Okay.
They typically will wear cloaks. Sometimes they will. One or two during the day may have taken his hood off in the heat. They are. Oh, where'd my the you do? Let's see. They appear to be bald or shaved at least, and it's hard to make out anything else from there. But they are man-sized, man-shaped, and shaved bald.
But we can tell that they're not beast men, they're not winged, they don't have large horns or anything like that.
Correct.
They're roughly humanoid.
Correct. Throughout the day, you see humanoid features. Nothing screams. Nothing screams paranormal to you.
Yeah. And the patrols go by about once every hour. Now, is that an hour to do one whole loop of the circumference of the ziggurat, or they just do a quick walk around in like 15 minutes and then come back out an hour later?
From what you can tell, they meander fairly slowly in a continuous circuit.
Okay.
The length, you think it would take a lot less time to make the circuit than they're taking it, but they may be chatting with each other. They may be conversing about other things or dawdling. They don't have the bearing of soldiers. They're not marching in formation. They're not showing signs of discipline. So they're kind of they're making a slow go of their own obligation.
At night, do they carry light?
Yep. Let's see. Yep. Into the evening, the patrols do continue, and the man-shaped figures carry torches.
That's good. So they would be able to see us at night.
Right.
Did we, like you said, we saw them come and go? Like, did they go in? Where do they go into the ziggurat at?
It's hard. It's hard to tell from here.
We can barely see them. We can't see up there to
Right.
see what they.
Correct. They're at an extreme elevation. You can see them walking the circumference, and you know that there's more of a building behind them. But there must be entrances or exits up there that are out of line of sight.
And we don't see any egress on the ground level from the north or the west.
From the northwest, no. There's the stairwell leading up to a platform, and then a blank wall facing north.
The stairwell's on the west side, but we just see a black a platform with a blank wall at 40 feet above.
Right? You cannot tell what's on the platform from your vantage.
Okay. Is the platform about 10 feet wide? Does it seem like?
Yes. You actually probably could tell it. It kind of indents into the wall at the top there. There's the platform is about a 10 by 10 space, and then there seems to be a square concave element in the side of the wall where the platform is flush with it.
How tall are the steps of the pyramid? Like, if we went to the north side, could we climb it?
Yes. Well, to the north side, it would be a challenge, but you could definitely scale it. It's not a sheer surface, so to speak. It would help to have climbing supplies to do so. The stairs on the west wall are standard stairs. You could climb those fairly easily, as you would in like your house.
I'd say we wait till they go around the corner on, I guess, the south, when they're around the southeastern side, and we just go right up the stairs. They seem to take long enough to go around that eastern side that we will have a period of time where we can reach the pyramid relatively undetected. Mm-hmm. And then see if we can see like an entrance at the top of that platform.
You guys want to do that? I'm not very fast. Not only am I super
Um,
weak, but I'm pretty heavily encumbered.
Check my stew.
I don't know what it is exactly. I
Great.
just know I have 1,100 coin weight, and I have a set.
So I'm carrying very little then. I'm
yeah,
only carrying
me too.
450.
Oh, does that count your?
Oh
armor?
wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have plate and a shield. So
At 1100, you would have a move rate of 9 inches, or 90 feet.
put that in my.
So
notes.
if need be, we can get to the base of the pyramid, and if we're hiding at the base of one of these large, level blocks as it goes up, that should provide enough of an angle that they won't be able to see us.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And
Do you
then
want to
give
do
it,
a? Do you want to do that and then do a circumference of the whole place and then go up the stairs?
Yeah, sure.
See if there's
Yeah,
any other.
to see
Yeah,
if
maybe we
it's
can
Yeah, entrances.
we can figure out what the heck this weird ichor is too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So you sneak up to the wall under the cover of night. Let's see. I will bring you up. Let's see if I can bring you to the map. Okay. And I am learning as we go, so we will. So here we go. All right, so activate. What does this do?
Oh.
Yep. Cool. So y'all should be able to see. What do you currently see?
Right
Black
now,
one.
I see a large black square on a navy blue background.
Okay, so you guys should have dim vision out to 10 squares. Each square is approximately 1 meter. That is, 3 squares is 10 feet. That is a quirk of how Foundry does doors.
I feel like I can see way beyond that.
So you should be able to see a
I can see that much. 29.4 inches.
okay.
Yeah, I can see that far as well. On at least to the south, to the east, I can only see a few, like what you described.
Okay.
Yep.
That's going to be a light source. Okay, looks like you have a lantern programmed in there. Do you want to light up a light source, or do you just want to go by starlight?
Dark.
Not yet. Let's go in the dark.
Okay, cool. Close. Okay, cool. So we turned off the lantern.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. So y'all should be able to see dimly about 10 meters in every direction.
Yep.
Are y'all able to move your dudes? I was going to do a party token, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work. So you skitter across the expanse to the corner. The dark square to the lower right is the brass corner of the ziggurat. The walls extending south and east are obsidian.
So this is the brass down here.
Down there, that right around where your cursor is, you can see that's where the platform is. So the stairs terminate right about there. So you would have to travel south, go to the other side, and then climb up. So if you're looking due south, that's a tower of stone.
I'm super confused. but that's okay.
So, so the staircase is the opposite end of that like middle gray shape
To
to
the
the
south.
south of us, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then the thing at the north end of that is the platform that the staircase ascends to.
I th- I think so.
Okay.
These stairs run, the low end of the stairs are on the south side and the high end are on the north side. So you are looking
There's a
at the high side. So in order to climb said stairs, you would have to travel south for a bit. So,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
How big is each square?
1 meter. So about 3 feet.
So about 3 feet. Okay.
Yep.
I definitely understand. I'm just gonna adjust my map.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
Do you know how to pan the map around?
Right click and
Yep.
drag.
Right click and drag. Yep.
Cool. Okay. Um. Well, okay. Which direction do y'all want to go first? Right or I guess to the east or to the south?
East. Let's go.
let's go to the east, like normal clockwise. That way we'll end up at the southern, the base of the stairs, and we can go up once
Yeah,
we've
that
done
makes
a
sense.
perimeter.
Cool. So how do you want us to like maneuver our pieces? Do we just like head over there, or
Let's
do we
see.
move our movement speed at a time, or what?
Let's move our movement speed at a time. If you want to stick together, you can. If you want to
Yeah.
stick together, that would make life easier, and just move at the speed of the slowest member, which I think is 90 feet.
Mhm. And 3 squares is 10 feet, you said?
Yes, 3 squares is 10
Okay.
feet. So 27 squares is
One
per move. Yeah.
full round or turn.
Uh,
Right.
yeah.
Just for the record, I will have my bow equipped. Or at the ready. Okay, select multiple tokens.
Yep.
No, that's not quite it.
Yep. I can. Yeah. For next time, I'll figure out how to do a party token.
Yeah. Looks like there's something up here.
Let's see.
I think that puts us about here for that first movement.
Yeah, I am not sure what that something is. Oh, yes, I am.
Trap.
Is it super dark now, or are you guys good?
It's like a yellow color.
Okay. So apparently there was a light source that had been created on the far right there. So that's what that weird ring was. So yeah, you can see. Yep. Yep. As you walk across the wall, hugging the base of it, um, you hear no sign of detection. Additionally, you come across a pool beneath one of the large weeping holes. The hole itself is carved into the wall high above your head. It appears to be the size of a man. It, by all intents and purposes, the liquid appears to be fresh. We'll call it fresh corpse juice. Recall the it's as though a dead man, freshly killed, is leaking ichor onto the earth below.
So it has that kind of coppery smell to it,
Yep.
and the same kind of viscosity you would expect from blood or other
Yep, it's a
innard
little
fluid.
thicker. It's a little thicker, but that might be uh, separation setting in. So just very so slightly thicker. It has the right smell to it. It has the right color. From what you can tell, it's hard to tell in the moonlight, but it does appear to be uh, it does appear to be vital essence.
Okay.
How big is like the pool that's here?
It's not particularly large. The flow is very slow, almost in spurts. It's insufficient to expel itself from the wall with any velocity, but it's is as though a very slow heartbeat is leaking down the wall. The pool is about 3 feet uh, tall, I guess, north to south. It extends about 3 feet from the wall, and then it's probably about 9 feet left to right, irregularly co- uh, coalesced as it
Yeah,
slowly seeps into the ground.
Hmm.
Gross.
it's gross.
Okay.
Let's avoid stepping in that.
Oh, sorry, I moved forward. If that's okay with you. That's 10.
Yep. Yep. It would take you to get all the way to the next corner. That's about a 10-minute trek at standard movement speed.
Okay.
You think that you could run? You could obviously run faster if you wanted to, but that would. I presume you are being sneaky.
Um.
Ideally,
So now that we're at the corner, do we see anything around the corner?
Yep. Proceeding as far as your line of vision can see, there is a flat wall, same as on the north face. Several additional weeping holes, 3 in total, are evenly spaced along its length.
There was only one on the north side, but there's three
Oh,
on
now
the.
they were that. That's, oh, oh, my bad. There would have been 2 on the north side. My bad.
Okay. About evenly spaced.
Okay. So I think the next movement puts us about halfway down the next wall. If it's the same width as the north side was.
It is, but I had taken a little bit of time off to. I had assumed a little bit of time off to investigate the coagulation. In the original edition, as we are playing, you get 2 moves per 10-minute turn. So you can make it all the way to the corner if you desire.
Gotcha.
loitering then. And we'll stop if we hear any noise from above.
Okay.
Um, but assuming that doesn't happen, yeah, we'll go to the corner.
Okay. Yeah. Peeking. Let's see. Peeking around this corner, you see another stairwell.
How many squares was it down, Jeff? Did you count?
No, I did not count.
Oh, okay.
It was 160 feet north to south.
So about 116 or yeah, 16 squares. No. Oh shit. Confused. I'll get it figured out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be 16 times 3, right?
Yep.
And is the base of the stairwell on the eastern or western side
You
in
are.
the case?
The base is on the eastern side. So from where you are peeking now, you are seeing the base of the stairs.
And they go to roughly the same level that the ones on the west base of the ziggurat go to.
They go. These stairs are a little steeper. They rise. These stairs run about 4. Yeah. Oh no, never mind. No, I misunderstood my own map. So yeah, these are about the same, and they rise to about 40 feet at a 45-degree angle. So yeah. At the top of the stair, you glimpse a humanoid figure. It is standing on. So these stairs rise about 40 feet into the air. There is a platform that juts out from the first ring of the parapet there, and the a tall figure, taller than a human, with no light source, is standing, staring out into the night from the platform, or from the landing to which these stairs open.
This could be a statue that's kind of meant as like a decoy mock-up. Makes people think that they're being watched. It could also be something that's going to murder us. It doesn't have a light source and it's taller than a man, so it could be an elf.
Yeah. How tall did you say? Like, can we gauge about how much taller than a normal man this thing is?
It's head and shoulder. You think it's head and shoulders above the cultists?
Okay.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
So he's like 6'6" or higher, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep. You could reckon.
Okay.
As
we don't have anyone that's really capable of sneaking.
There are no thieves in the game, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sneak. Just tell me you're being sneaky, and we'll figure it out.
So I'm in chainmail, so I'm not going to be the sneakiest of the bunch. That's for sure.
I guess I am because I'm wearing leather.
I'm in plate mail.
Do we want to try and sneak up on this? Like, sneak up closer to him, or do we want to try and shoot it with an arrow, or how do we want to approach this?
I think we should wait for a little bit, and if it's like takes 10 or 20 minutes and he hasn't moved, then I don't think it's a human.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that. We'll just take a turn and see what happens.
Cool. You wait. After a few minutes, it turns and walks northward, up into the parapet, which you cannot see from your vantage point.
If you guys want to send me up on my own, assuming that I'll be slightly quieter without plate mail, just to take a quick peek and then motion you guys up.
I have a question.
Yeah, that sounds good to me because you're going to be moving at 12 inches, so you're going to pretty much be able to outrun anything. Well, most of anything. So, if you're running towards us and we're running towards you, then I think it should be okay.
Maybe we won't need to do that. How big are you said they were man-sized holes that the blood is seeping out of?
Correct.
Do you want to try to maybe go through one of these holes inside?
That's a great idea.
Climb up to the sewer.
Yeah. Seems a lot
I
safer
have
than
no equipment. So if any of y'all have climbing stuff, then
what makes you think I
it
have
just
it?
won't come from me.
How high is it?
It's they're probably about halfway up the structure. The first wall is, you reckon, 20, 30, 40 feet up. So the weeping holes would be about 20 feet up.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this?
I don't have any rope.
Me either. Is this thing is climbable though? You said.
You could try. It's it's not slick, but it's also not simple. So if you wanted to climb it, I would say roll. You could try it. Roll 4d6, equal or under your dex.
So before he does that, I'll have my bow out, and I will be watching the wall. So if he falls and makes a bunch of noise, and someone peeks their head over,
Well,
that way I can take a shot at them.
Why wouldn't we just go to the entire north side, away from the parapet and all this, where we've seen people, and then try to climb up there? And I mean, you should probably climb in the leather armor as opposed to the dude in the plate armor. I have a bow as well.
Okay. Yeah. If we had rope, then it'd be great because we could send Louis up and then drop a rope down. But yeah, we can head to one of the manholes that aren't particularly close to, um, a 7-foot tall cultist.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
okay with that.
the north side makes sense too because as far as we're aware, there's no way for them to actually descend the northern wall. So worst case scenario, we just flee into the woods. So
Okay. And it's what, about 300 feet from the ziggurat to the woods?
Thereabouts.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Up to the north side.
As you make your way north, you can see a little bit of light coming off of the parapet, as though the patrollers are on their way southbound from here.
Okay.
And that's about 40 feet high.
Correct.
Great.
As you pass under them, there is no agitation in their motions.
I do not roll under my dexterity score.
What was your result?
I rolled a 15. I have a dexterity of 11.
Of 11? Okay, so that is a slight failure. So you get a little bit of a handhold and you get a little bit off the ground, but you're trying not to touch the blood rivulet, and it's difficult. You keep slipping just ever so much.
Okay. Let's see if I have anything that might be of use. I don't think so.
So yeah, you were unable to climb or make progress climbing.
I'm assuming none of us have any money. That's why we don't have any of this other equipment that we would normally have. Is that accurate?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
that was the case for me. I currently have 3 coins to my name, so
I have no coins. All I have is weapons and armor and some food. All right. So what do you guys think about maybe now that this dude, the big guy, went somewhere else, maybe we should. I know this is the opposite of what I just suggested, but it seems like even if Louis gets up to the hole, I mean, he can look around, maybe light a torch and see what he sees. But then what about maybe, I don't know, trying to attack one of these groups? Hopefully that isn't with whatever this 7-foot tall dude is.
Mm-hmm.
That way we can at least maybe steal some of their stuff and get a little more money, and then we can buy ropes and shit to try and maybe get in here. I don't know.
Or do we want to try and, well, I was thinking trying to draw one of them out, but it would be, if I was in their position, why would I come down from the high ground if I hear noise from down below. Like I don't think they would come and investigate now that I think about it.
Right. Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse necessarily, but is there any benefit for us, like, doing the old get on my shoulders trick here?
20 feet. We'd still. I mean, we could maybe 5.
It would give
10 feet.
a bit of a boost.
You could do a cheerleader pyramid,
Yeah.
or in this case, a cheerleader ziggurat.
Well, I mean, why don't you keep trying to get up there? At least then maybe do you have a torch at least that you could look inside if you got in there or no?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I do
maybe
have
you should.
torches,
We
so.
should at least see what we can see maybe inside this way if we want to try and go up this path in the future.
Not even close. 17 on a dexterity of 11.
Yep, that time you don't hurt yourself, but you slip and you get when you fall, you land in the blood goo. So now your pants have blood goo on them.
Yeah, climbing's not working.
Yeah.
And if I fell from any higher, Louis would have died. Would have banged his head on the rock. Wouldn't have made it.
All right.
He's suggesting a new approach.
I mean, I'm willing to try to go up and take on one of these groups to try and get some coin if you guys are.
Yep.
It was
Sure.
a good effort. I think this would
Or
be a good
even
idea,
to
but-
get their robes and just, disguise.
Yeah, nice. So I'm willing to lead, to be the buffer or be the front rank so Louis can shoot arrows. I have a spear, though, if Dreg he wants to be in the front or whatever. I don't care.
Okay. Attack with the spear from behind him.
Yeah, if Dreg you want to. If you don't, I mean, I do have the plate armor. I'm willing to hand you my spear if you don't have one.
I have a flail. I don't know how that works exactly as far as range goes, but I don't have a shield because I didn't have enough money.
Yep.
So it's chain and a flail. That's all I got.
I took a Morning Star just because I've never had one before, so and a spear, which is why I'm probably so heavy. But I'd be
Well, do we
willing-
want to pass Dreg the spear then
Yeah, that's
temporarily?
what I was going to say. I'll pass him my spear. They only cost 1 gold piece, so if he dies and we lose it, we'll be okay. Are you guys coming down here to?
Oh, yeah. Are you on the south set of stairs?
Yep, that's where I'm headed.
Okay.
Peek around and see if tall guy's up there, and if not, then let's sneak up there.
Yeah. Do we have any indication that he's back up there right now?
As you peek up the stairs, you see nothing out of the ordinary. There's no figure staring wistfully into the night.
So I'll have my Morning Star and shield out. I'll pass my spear to Dreg. So is this whole thing like a stairwell that's like?
Yes. The odd texture that you have right there is a stairwell leading upwards. That is called Taylor's first attempt at making a map in Foundry.
So it's
But yeah,
about
this
12
is
feet
a
wide or so?
stairwell. That's what that texture represents.
Do we want to go on a like an offset marching order, like an ack formation kind of thing, or do we want to go single file?
Well, I mean, if you're going to use your bow, you don't have to be right with us, but I think we're planning on engaging. So
Keep back a couple feet.
yeah, I'm not. I don't know what that refers to. Ack.
Oh, that's it's a zigzag formation.
Cool. Okay. You guys are able to ascend the stairs.
Ooh, it comes to a block here.
Yes, that's. I need to bring you to the next map. You see a small pavilion. The square you see is a slate roof over an open portico. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. There are 4 columns that are holding up the roof. There is one with a. Each one appears to be carved into the likeness of a creature. You'd have to step up a little bit closer to better identify what they are.
All right. So there. See if I do we see any light sources?
You see no light sources.
Okay.
Like you looking to the north, you are able to see flat parapet. There is a secondary stairwell that continues upwards to the next level. So to the south, there is a stairwell leading down towards the earth, approximately the same grade as the one you went up to get here. To the north, there's a stairwell going up to the next level of the ziggurat, and then also to the north, next to the stairwell, is the parapet on which the troopers or the cultists were patrolling. You see no torchlight as you kind of gaze northward. Yep.
This one over here on the south, it leads. Looks like it leads down to the ground.
Correct. There is a it is a copy of the stairwell that you just walked up, leading south downwards.
How high off the ground are we right now?
You are about 40 feet off the ground right now.
Okay. So are we close enough now at this point to see what those pillars are?
Yeah, yes, you can. So underneath the portico, the floor is carved obsidian with the grout overlaid with a sort of metallic substance. The columns holding up the portico on the non-cardinal directions, the corners, one is the likeness of a fish, one is the likeness of a jackal, one is the likeness of a frog, and one is the likeness of a human skeleton wrapped by a snake.
They're just carved in stone.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, okay. If we go and investigate them, do any of them look like they might have hinged joints or like a jaw that might open? Anything like that?
On closer investigation, they appear to be solid carvings.
Okay.
You check in the mouth of the fish a little bit. There's nothing in there. You check around the joints, like the elbows and the knees of the skeleton. Nothing there. And so yeah, the carvings are just that, carvings.
And is there
You might have
anything on the
already.
ceiling?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing.
And what was that?
Is there anything on, like, if we step into it and look up, is there anything on the ceiling?
There is not. The brass, the what are these called? The lines where the triangles come together. Those are brass, and they come together in the center. There is a hexagonal top central piece, but there's nothing special about it. It's the underside of a gazebo roof.
I think those are called archivolts, or
Archivolts.
archivolts, I think.
Okay. Yes, that is hexagonal and made of brass.
I attack the gazebo.
Okay, so I'm convinced that there's nothing immediately here for us. It's probably just a little, guard station. So if it's, I guess it doesn't rain here, does it? So if they need shade from the sun, they can come and stand here while they're on patrol.
And these are stairs going down over here to the west of the pagoda as well.
Correct. There is another stairwell leading downwards. So from where you have 3 avenues to get back to the ground from where you stand.
And this other one up here goes up.
Correct.
And this is the parapet they've been walking.
The stairs lead further up, but yes, where your mouse is now, that's where the parapet is.
Do we see any evidence of people like hanging out here, like, scat or like, I don't know, bubblegum wrappers or cigarette butts or?
You do not. This particular portico, or this particular part at least, appears to be kept clean. The floor is the walls of the structure have been obsidian. The stairs are more of a slate, but there's obsidian tile here, and it appears to be kept clean.
Okay. Do we want to move up the stairs then?
Well,
Sure.
if we move up the stairs, aren't we going to have the possibly the guards between us and up?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Would it be
'Cause
better to
the
maybe
guards-
move through? Go ahead.
Right. The guards we were seeing were on this tier, correct?
Yeah. So, like, couldn't we camp out, like, in the lee of this stairwell right here, and as they come around, ambush them?
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yep, sounds...
You mean like hiding on this one side here?
Oh, I think we want to hide on the west side
Or
of the
other side,
stairs.
yeah.
Because they've been going. Or, like, you, if you wanted, could hide maybe. I'm kind of picturing you the bowman and us being the melee. You could hide maybe amongst these statues.
Yep.
Keeping an eye up the stairwell while Lewis hang out over here. Oh, what's this? There's a door there, isn't there?
Correct. There is a double door up there.
Yeah, I'm good to hide behind one of the statues.
We could just inspect this doorway too. Well,
So I'll stay here while you guys check the doorway out. That way, at least we have a set of eyes. Being cognizant of anyone coming.
Oh, and as a side note, you see the slightly darker gray bit that is the slightly darker gray bit that's right here.
mm-hmm.
That slightly darker gray bit is a railing. Well, sort of. So that is a raised bit, so it's maybe waist high. You'd think it might be there to prevent people from falling off, but it's about waist high, so you could feasibly hide behind that if you wanted to.
Okay. I'll stick to the more level ground where I couldn't be pushed off to my doom.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sounds good. Yeah, so from where you are standing, you can see up to where they are and what they're up to.
Okay. So I guess we can check this door out. I'm wondering if that tall dude came out that door and then went back into that door.
Yeah, it's possible for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What's like? Can you describe the door for us?
The door.
That door's only like a 3 feet wide, right? 2.5 feet wide or so.
It is about. It's a double door. Each door is about 3 feet. So the door total is about probably 6 feet across. Or the ingress would be 6 feet across.
Because it's only these squares are each 3 feet.
Correct.
It's less than 2 squares.
Is it? Yeah. So it's supposed to be a double door.
All right. And I'm not trying to. I'm trying to figure this out so I can map it more than anything.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's the door itself is shy of 10 feet, but more than the average door. But yeah, in either case, so it's about 6 feet across. The portal that it would open is about 6 feet across. There's a door to the left and right with a handle in the center. It's made of a mahogany type wood substance, and the fittings are brass.
Okay. Is it like tarnished, or is it like really everything seems to be well kept?
This door is well kept.
And we, as far as we know, we don't know any of the natives of this land. We haven't fought with anyone or anything like that, right?
Correct. The stories that you heard from the Crusaders coming ashore in their initial assault were eerily quiet. There were not. They went in expecting a fight, and they were greeted by dead silence. They disappeared inland, climbing the volcano, and the coalition of the Grove went to the went across the bay to the east. So there they moved off away from the flotilla.
And we haven't seen them since.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, what do you guys think? Do we want to mess with this door? Do we not mess with the door? Do we wait until we ambush the guard patrol? What do you guys think?
Um, I see kind of two options, or two results maybe. One, that we open up the door and we, end up having to deal with whatever's on the other side. But what might also happen is if we wait to ambush the guys as they come around the corner, and there happens to be people on the other side of that door that then hear the combat, they'll step out and we'll have twice as many people to deal with.
Yeah, two fronts. Yeah, let's just deal with the door maybe. And you keep an eye up the stairs too, so from your position you should be able to see up the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll open this door and then help us if you can.
Okay.
You see a faint light emerging from around the corner.
Oh boy.
From the
East probably.
From the from the west side around the corner, where the following the circuit that the patrol had been coming.
Okay,
So,
I'll try and quietly alert
So,
everyone.
well, I guess we have to peek now. Is the chainmail, is Dreg as slow as I am, or is he quicker?
I'm a little, well, I'm like at the 800 actually in weight, so I don't know if that puts me at 9 or 12. It's like the dead center. It's like the the cutoff mark basically.
let's see.
It says as light 800, and my current weight is 800, so I imagine I'm actually as light.
You are as
correct?
light. So yeah, if you are at 800 on the nose, you are as light. So yeah,
Okay.
you have 120 move thingy.
All right, why don't you go take a glance around and see what's over there. I'll stick back so we can retreat if we need to.
Okay. Yeah, so what is that? So it's 3, 6. So I can move half my movement speed to the corner to see kind of what do I see.
Yep. Peeking around the corner, there is a group of there is a group of 8 figures in hoods. They do not they do not
gosh.
appear to notice you.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to turn around and just basically walk back over, and as I'm walking by, I mention, yeah, there's 8 of them. We should probably
What are they doing?
I assume they were walking towards me, correct?
Correct. They are
Okay.
sauntering southbound.
I guess we'll go hide. I mean, you don't want to fight these guys.
No, not 8 guys. There's
As,
no
as
way
I'm
I
moving
make it out of
down,
that alive.
to hide, I kind of mentioned that it's possible we can get the jump on them and push a significant amount of them off the ledge. But I mean, it was a 40-foot drop, so that's going to kill them, right? If not maim
They're
them
not
for
soldiers,
life.
which means we don't assume they're fighting men such as ourselves. And I don't think they're armed.
Say again.
They're not fighting men, right? We know they're not soldiers.
Yeah, they're not well.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to be on top of you there. And we can use this ledge right here as a base, as a thing. And the stairs seem to come right out of the pagoda. Is that correct?
Yes. So where Dreg is currently standing would serve as a makeshift choke point. They would have a hard time getting. They would have to kind of jump up over and onto the stairs in order to come across towards you there, and then they would have to jump up onto that little ledge and be vulnerable to pushing. So that could serve as a choke point if you so chose.
We could move Lewis up on the stairs up here, and then he could fire down on them, stopping them from trying to climb up, and then we could wait here until they get here and then attack them, or he could fire arrows at them until they get here. I mean, we have some options, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would probably wait till they're within. What's my range here? About 60 feet, I'd say, before I start opening up, because that puts them in my shortest range.
Yeah, well, this is only like 20 feet away, right? Or 40 feet max around this corner.
Oh yeah, so give them a bit of movement and open up. Yeah.
And this is a small.
Does the staircase have any?
Spear over me.
Is there any cover on the staircase?
If you lay down over here, there's no way they could see you because you're going to be 10 or 12 feet high, right? If you just stay low right here.
Yep.
Well, I'm just thinking, as far as the staircase goes, if there's any railing or anything like that, it kind of prevents them from. That benefits us even more. I was curious if there was railing on the stairs.
The stairs themselves, it does have a railing. The railing is brass.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So do you want to get behind me, Dreg, and then I'll try and hold this point right here, and then you could stab with the spear.
Sure.
We'll wait till they get close, and then when he starts shooting arrows at them, they're naturally going to come down here or flee, one or the other.
Right. Go through those doors we just looked at.
Maybe. Let's see what happens. We'll kind of hide down here behind the railing or the wall, the parapet or the bulwark, and then see what they do. And if they get close, then you start shooting arrows at them and then attack them, I guess. See what happens.
Yeah.
They kind of saunter up. A couple of them. Oh, I need to deselect. A couple of them kind of move up and peek out over the side. Kind of come this way. The group towards the farther area are kind of chattering amongst themselves. This guy kind of leans up against the wall.
Are they speaking tongue that we understand?
They would be, let's see, what would they be speaking? Yeah, they probably would. They are speaking, they appear to be speaking the common tongue to each other.
What are they saying?
Yeah. Roll me Roll me a d6, whomever's listening. Okay, so 3, 2, and Lewis, do you want to roll me a d6 also?
Yeah, sure. If I can type this correctly. Not D5. 4.
4, okay. So, you guys, Lewis and Dreg, you can tell that they're chatting, but you're having a hard time kind of hearing much. Hobbs, you can make out just. You're having trouble too. But you think you hear them mention a name. They repeat the name Turoy a couple times. You're,
All right.
And that's not a name that we recognize?
not off the
I
cuff. It is a name that is common to the Demotic people. To the around the Ash Coast to the northwest are the Canish Islands, where a almost Hellenic Phoenician style culture thrives. They are traders and seamen. And then to the southeast, from where the Ash Coast lies, is the Demotic Kingdoms, where they are a farming people who are known for their academics. They produced a lot of poets, a lot of art, and a lot of architecture, as well as certain magical advancements. Some of the more powerful seers and wizards came from among the Demotic kingdoms.
Okay. So we have this pyramid that is oozing blood like a heartbeat, and we have the name of someone that comes from a race of seers and magicians. I have a feeling they have some kind of cult leader in there that's, waiting for the moon to be right so he can summon forth demons from whatever hellish plane or something to that effect. Would kind of make sense to me.
With their light, can we see if they're wearing armor or not?
They are unarmored. They appear to be wearing, from your hiding place, they are wearing what appear to be leather robes. Their patches. There's a patchwork on along the surface of the flowing robes they make, almost like scales on a serpent would be. Their faces, they have their cheeks and their eyes blackened. So with some, you can't tell if it's ash, dirt, or if it's just a lot of mascara. But they're wearing leather overcloaks that appear to be patterned as scale, and they've blackened their faces and cheeks.
Very Alice Cooper.
Yep. You guys didn't know it, but you made it to a Kiss concert.
Do you guys want me to open fire then, or wait till they get closer?
I think they have to come to us. I think you can go for it. Let's see.
All right. Let's take a shot.
Okay, then I will pause. I will pause their movement now. And who do you want to shoot at?
Whoever's closest.
All right, that'd probably be this guy
Right,
right
leaning on
here.
the wall.
You are up on the stairs here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the one that is can you see? Oh, you cannot see them, can you?
No.
Okay, so if you let's see, if you move, I bet I can move you forward a little bit, and I can get the. Let me see if I can. Okay, no, it's not.
They have a light source, correct?
Correct, and yeah, it's. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'll move you back to where you were, but yeah, you can see them. if you step up a bit to like right here, you should be able to see him. The wall is there because I was supposed to fix that into a one-way wall, but forgot. So they would not be able to see you if you did not want to be seen, but you can see them.
Down. Okay. Yeah,
All right.
I'll take a pot shot.
Okay, so there is a cultist. The closest one is right next to the door that they were looking at. So
Okay.
roll 2d6. Or you're using a bow, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, roll 2d6. 6. All right, you would be at 1, 2, 3. You would be about 30 feet from them. Where's my
30 feet?
So,
1, 2, 3, 4.
I have my
6,
bow at being within
9.
short range as long as it's under 60 feet.
Yep. So you're definitely under 60 feet, and I counted 9 squares, but there's a measuring tool
can't
I
see
could
where he
probably
is.
be using.
Hey, this is it.
Yeah, it says it's it's the measuring tool says you're 9 inches away.
Nice. I like it.
Okay. Okay. So you are fighting. Oh yeah, here we are. Missile fire. You are firing a regular bow at short range. That is just enough to hit him. So roll
Perfect.
damage.
It's D6.
D6. Yep. 1. So
Like
this
my hit
guy.
points.
Pardon? That's your entire.
Like
that
my
would have killed you.
point.
Yeah. So what is this? Well, it's not quite enough to kill this guy, but so the arrow sticks into his chest and shoulder, and he cries out but does not fall. So now we will fall. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no.
Yep. Did let's see. Did anyone else have a ranged attack they were wanting to make?
Just waiting for these sons of guns.
Okay, cool. So, next up, we are falling into combat. So, let's see. First, we get our declarations. You said you're going to wait to spring on them if they come this way.
Exactly. Yeah, as soon as they start to round, I'm going to step up right to where your cursor is to hold this, and hopefully Dreg is behind me with the spear to stab him on my shoulder and
Okay.
then attack my morning star.
Cool. This guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, Jeff, you were staying put and you're gonna pot shot him again?
Yeah, I'll be firing again.
Okay, cool. So this guy barks something along the lines of "Go get him!" And so these guys start moving up. These guys, oops. I'm on the measuring token. So these guys run up here. He stays put.
Did they beat us in initiative? Or
Actually, roll. I had assumed you were holding an action.
we are. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so they would get to. They would run to about there. Would you their course appears to be to go around and up the stairs. Where at what point would you want to intercept them?
I want to try and stop them so like only maybe one person can get through.
Okay. Okay, cool. So. Okay, cool. So they'll get to about here. I'll move them back a spot.
I don't know how to get off the ruler after I did it. What do we need to be on to actually be able to move the guy?
I'm sorry, you're a little quiet. Let me see if I can turn you up.
No, it's me. I was away from my mic. What do
If
I
you're
need
on
to
measurement controls, click right above that ruler button where it says it's like a silhouette of a head and shoulders.
Yeah, it's still doing it. I don't know why.
Oh, then there's so if you're on the head and shoulders one, then there's a little ruler at the bottom that says measure distance. Then there's looks like the four corners of a square or a bullseye. One of those might be the one you want.
Let's select targets.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. It's the yeah. You're right. The four corners.
Oh yeah, a little square one. Okay, yeah, and so like I said, as a quirk of the map, it's gonna say it's a number of inches, but that's not accurate. It's 3 squares is 10 feet, so I should probably update the metric. But cool. Okay, cool. So you guys kind of get in there. You would these three come out, and they pull out what appear to be slings.
Oh boy.
And what did I do? I broke Discord. Oh, never mind. No, we're good. There we go. So I was recording my volume controls briefly there.
Nice.
So these guys pause, and you said you have a spear.
I have a morning star.
You have your morning star. And Dreg, what are you using?
I I have a flail. If I can use
Okay.
that, I think that might be better. But I also got the spear too. So
Okay, you can use the flail.
if it makes sense for me to be able to use the spear or the flail, then I'll probably stick with that. But if not, the spear.
Yeah, the flail. These guys are using the ones that have come to you appear to be using. They appear to have pulled out knives. So ceremonial daggers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do they have? No. Yeah, the ones that are coming up to you have daggers. The guy back here, who has an arrow in his chest, has a spear, and then these three are pulling out slings. So as these guys come up, you spring on them, and they start coming in, and you will be able to make you will stop them from moving, and you will be able to make your attack on the melee phase. And so, but first we move into missile. Jeff, you may fire. Oh,
I think that's
the
bad.
resolution is simultaneous. So if you can shoot at them, they will shoot at you at the same time. You can you can hide from them up there, but if you shoot at them, they will be able to shoot at you.
Does he have
That's fine.
cover?
I'm sorry, Hobbs.
Would he have some cover from like a half of his body?
Yes,
being
you would have
in the
about
air?
half cover versus them where they're kind of out in the open.
Nice. This is good.
No, I want to roll high in this one, don't I? So an 8
I don't
should
know.
be good.
Oh, yep, an 8. That would hit any of them. Which one would you were shooting at the wounded one?
The guy that I already had shot.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, that will hit him. D6. 6.
That's much better.
Yeah, he goes down in a heap.
Much better.
Yeah, he's dead. He goes down. His torch does not smother, so there's just a burning torch on the ground there, slowly singeing his robes. These three, they will. Do they notice that their allies are being engaged? They do. They notice that you guys are popping up there. They're not sure who to. I could probably be rolling on the in the open, couldn't I? But
Yeah.
cool. Let's see. Let's see. 3d6. For them, they will roll on a 1 to 4. They will shoot at Jeff. Is it going to tell me what I? Okay. So that's a 5, 4, 4. So 2 of them will shoot at you, Jeff, and then 1 of them will shoot down at odds evens. Odds is Hobbs. Odds. So cool. So first, you were wearing plate, you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have
I have a shield as well.
a plate and shield.
Yeah, I have a helmet if that matters.
Oh, it matters. They will miss. And then the 2 going up against your leather armor, but you have half cover. So, first one will miss horribly. And the second one will hit with a 12.
And so
That's
is the
not
end
good.
of Lucas.
Might be the end of Louis.
So the way cover works, if I remember correctly, is it negates half the hits, but you only got hit once. So if you would roll me a roll me a save versus death. So just a d20.
Yep.
Yeah.
19. You made it. So the first launches a sling stone off into the bush, into the night. You have no idea where that one went, but the second one flings it directly at you, and you duck down just in time, and it bounces off
Just
of
barely skates off the railing.
skates off the railing. So, or
Takes a bit of hair with it.
yeah, it bounces off your bow. So no damage to the bow. It's just, oh, I'm glad that was there. So yeah, they miss. All right. So melee. You are using a spear and a flail. The flail is the longest, or the spear is the longest weapon. So Hobbs, you get to go first.
Is Dreg using the spear or not? I have a Morning Star.
Oh, you have a Morning Star? Oh, my bad. So yeah, flail. The flail is the longer weapon. So you may attack first.
Okay, and that's 2d6, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep. That'll hit. Roll a d6.
All right.
All right. Oh, I need this guy. Yep. I'm just gonna remove that guy. This guy goes down. He runs up to you, and then you clobber him as he comes over, and he goes down in a spray of blood and teeth. I'm just gonna delete him. That's easier. Splat. All right. So next up, Hobbs, you would be able to go before the cultist.
But hit.
A 6. Against light armor, not quite. So he sees it coming and backs up.
Do we get a bonus as a fighter or as a fighting man?
Yes, that would push it to 7. But on the man-to-man table, the spear needed an 8 to wound a man. And, well,
I have a Morning Star.
Oh, more. I'm gonna cross spear off. I'm retarded. Yeah, you hit. You hit even without the bonus.
No, only 1 point.
Yeah. So he recoils. Does he have? He does not die, but he does recoil. So this one is wounded. Okay. Let's see. They had already moved up. He will attempt to strike back with his dagger, and he will not hurt you. I remember you had plate and shield, correct?
Yeah, and helmet.
Okay. So yeah, he will fail to hurt you. And then these guys will file in, but they will not get to attack this turn. So, all right. Okay.
If we stepped back 1 step, would they only be able to get 2 people on us?
Yes. Currently, the man to the left has a. Yes, if you stepped back, the man to the left would have to jump on top of the wall to strike you.
They don't have anyone that's capable of attacking from the second rank. They don't have anyone with spears or polearms of any sort.
Correct. These 3 guys have daggers. Now, be advised, daggers will go first on the second round because of the
Reach.
because of the reach. Correct.
Mhm.
Is there anything that happens to us if we do step back out of melee? Or
Actually, no. These I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking about it. These two guys would have to pile on, so you would strike before these two guys, but then this guy would strike first. So in terms of
okay.
backing up, no, I think you could probably just do it because the combat is somewhat abstract. So if you wanted to step back and kind of lure them forward, you could do that.
Okay. Do we do that now or in the movement phase?
Yep, we're on the top of the turn. So, yeah. So yeah, that's the declaration. So we'll declare back. Let's see. Roll. Let's do a contested d6. Roll a d6 for me. Did mine roll? Okay.
Yeah, I think you got a 5.
Oh, it rolled for cultist. I guess I have cultist selected. Okay, I see. I see. Okay, so I got the 5. So they they will pursue back with you as you step back. So this guy, so it would not change the initiative order. The one of them that is wounded, yeah, okay, okay, yep. And then this guy hops up onto the. Actually, would he do that? He's wounded. Um, he's yeah, that's a 6. He's not so sure about that. Instead, he's going to try to stumble back this way.
So I'll make that guy my target with my ranged attacks.
Okay, so it's movement, missile. Oh, and I might have messed up because if you did not move, Jeff, you would have gotten a shot at the end of the turn. So bow units are allowed to shoot at the end of the turn if they don't move. So
Oh, okay.
if you want to take a pot shot at one of the slingers, you may.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. 7 will hit. So go ahead and roll damage. 6.
Nice.
One of them goes down. Oh yeah, and so this guy's definitely backing up. And so these guys pile in. Missiles, Jeff, you may fire again.
So yeah, I'm firing at the guy that was retreating there.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
I do apologize about the wall that's in your way. You are at 10 squares away, but because you have a +1 for short range, you will hit him. So roll damage.
He did. He got a 10.
Uh,
And then he rolled 5 damage.
Oh, 5 damage. Okay.
Yep.
Whoop! I dropped my die. Yep.
And
He apparently had 1 hit point. So this one goes. I already rolled his hit points. Why am I re-rolling his hit points? But yes, that's enough to kill him because he had a maximum of 6. All right. Cool. So
all right. The artillery is operating at maximum efficiency.
Yeah, this is a nice little trap right here. We
Yeah.
did some good tactics.
yep, this is working better than I expected it to. All right.
Yeah, I thought we were screwed for sure.
Yeah. So okay, flail. The flail is the longer weapon, and these guys had not gotten into your guard, so you may attack first, Dreg. All right. 9 will hit for 2. I'm going to keep that hit die roll that I rolled a minute ago. So this guy goes down, and next up is the Morning Star. An 8 will hit, and a 3 damage. He has 3 hit points. So this guy goes down also.
Wow. It's awesome.
Okay, so let's see. It is the end of the round. Um,
These
Je-
guys didn't get to do anything.
Jeff, you would get to take another shot because you didn't move.
Perfect.
You want to have them do missiles because they didn't get to do.
Oh yeah,
missiles.
I thank you. I forgot. So they will.
At the same time, or
Yeah.
are they going before I'm taking my shot?
This would occur at the same time as your first shot.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the one of them will shoot at you. A 7 versus leather. With a slight detriment for. Let's see. And yeah, that'll miss because it's dark. And the other one will shoot at. Let's see. We'll roll a d3. See who it attacks. One is Hobbs. 2 is drag. 3 is 1. Shoot at Hobbs.
We were still engaged at the time.
Oh yeah, that's true. He could not shoot at Hobbs. So my apologies. Yep.
I mean, I wish he would, but I'm, in all honesty.
Yep, because it's an easier hit. But a 12 that will hit. So his only eligible target was you, Jeff.
You, Jeff.
Roll me a d20 to see if
Let's
you
go.
avoid the hit.
You only have 12. Yes,
No, beautiful. I love it.
I'm liking this dice bot.
Yeah, this dice bot loves the crusade. So yeah, the bullet bounces off of cover. So all right. So
That's good, because otherwise it's bouncing off my skull, and it's going to do a lot more damage there.
yeah. All right. So declaration. Are you guys gonna hang tight and keep shooting at him?
I'm assuming my spear is nearby since Drag isn't using it because it's not like he could be holding it. I'm assuming.
Correct. It would be in your pack.
I'm gonna whip it at one of these dudes.
Okay. So you can swap with it. Okay, you can swap that out.
Just drop, pick it up, and throw the spear if I can.
And Jeff, did you take your end of turn pot shot?
Yeah, that was the one. I rolled an 11 there.
Okay.
He hasn't done any damage yet, though.
You haven't done damage.
Yeah, correct. I haven't rolled damage. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, roll the damage, and that will kill this guy. So the this guy looks to have the. Let's see. He needs to roll morale. He looks to have the fear of the gods in him, and let's roll a die 6.
Everyone or
just just one. We'll see if we'll do. It's beating the side. So okay. So he darts off full tilt northbound. Where was he? He was here. So if he's got how do I do? Oh, like this.
he didn't go into the door.
He did not. He did not go to the door. He ran straight north.
What do you guys think? Just rob the bodies and run away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stay up top here, keeping an eye out as they raid the bodies.
All right. You loot the. You rummage through their stuff. You find. See, there were 8 of them, and you killed 7 of them. Let's see. Between them, you find let's see, 20 silver pieces. One, two, three, four, five daggers. If you wanna, if you wanna take them, and
Do I? No, I do. I have no need for a dagger.
I'd like to take them to see if anyone can figure out like maybe what religion they're a part of or if they mean anything because they are ceremonial, which seems
yep,
interesting.
they have a they have a scale pattern that appears to be branded into the leather hilt, and the blade is ever so slightly wavy. And
This chat
and
room is
that last guy, the first one with the spear, he has a spear that you can take if you want. Also, there were two guys with slings if you wanted those.
I think it's
And
definitely worth taking the spear.
I'm taking all the stuff because we don't have any money, so we're like, let's get what we
Yeah.
can. And we
Yep.
might be able to pass it out to other people after we split it up or whatever.
yep, cool. So yep, you have what did I say? You had the 5 ceremonial daggers, 2 slings, 20 silver pieces, and the 1 spear. And then the spear guy was wearing a silver-plated necklace. It has a symbol of a fish on it.
Geez, are we
Does it
playing the
look
Lost City here?
similar? Does it look similar to the fish that is on the gazebo?
It looks a it looks like it could be, but the the etching on the necklace is wrong. There's something misproportioned. The fins aren't quite right. The gills are asymmetric. The eyes look blank and dead, even though it's a primitive effigy. So something, it's like picking up a goldfish from Chernobyl. There's just something off about the depiction on the necklace.
How many of the trench robes can we get that aren't destroyed?
Let's see, a morning star and a flail are pretty much bludgeoning instruments, and arrows don't do too much damage. So you could probably, if you wanted to invest an extra turn in doing so, you could probably get the robes off of all of them. So you get 7 robes if you wanted to invest a 10-minute turn to strip them down.
Let's do it. No?
Yeah, I say we do it.
I'd be happy with
Even
at
if we
least
can,
one for each of us.
yeah, and I mean, even if we can sell this stuff, or rather, even if we can sell this for like half of what it's worth, that's still so much more than we have. So
Yeah, let's throw the. Let's just grab this stuff and then let's take off.
agreed.
All right. Okay. And y'all are gonna head off. You're gonna grab the stuff. Are you gonna head off into the night?
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
Sounds good. As uh, as you are heading out, you peek back over a shoulder, and there are several lights atop the parapet, back and forth, scuttling around. So there's a lot. It becomes a kicked, almost a kicked anthill of activity. Not like not like hundreds of dudes, but at least a dozen torches around the parapet and running about. So, however, you have successfully you have successfully achieved your first raid on the Brass Ziggurat and survived.
Good.
Cool.
I'm surprised.
So, a quick tally for experience. I believe the original edition does 100 XP per hit die defeated. Um, plus, I am intending to run on the silver standard for XP, so that's another 20 for the silver you found. And then, are you guys going? Are you guys going to? Yeah, I'm assuming you're among the other loot. Are you going to try to keep it or hawk it?
Well,
For
do you
what
want?
it's worth, we can try and sell it. It's daggers and slings, so I can't see it.
Do you want
Us
the other
getting too much
spear?
for it.
Well, I mean, like, do you want the spear and a sling, Dreg,
I
to have
think
more weapons?
it's definitely worth keeping that sling. Or sorry, the
Yeah,
spear. Sorry, not the sling.
yeah, I'll take the spear if it's okay with y'all.
Yeah. Do you want a sling as well?
Sure, I think there's weigh almost nothing, so I might as well just take it.
Yeah. And we'll each have a leather trench coat, a leather trench robe, a serpent patched leather trench robe, and then we'll try and sell like the daggers and the necklace. I would think.
Okay. The necklace. The necklace gets a side eye from the jeweler, just because of how ugly it is, but or off-putting it is. But it's worth 40 gold pieces.
Nice. So we each get 20 silver pieces.
Wow, okay.
Yep. And so you can liquidate that. The daggers. Let's see.
40 gold is like 400 silver, right?
Yep.
No.
Correct.
Oh, it is.
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So that was
420 silver total
yeah. And then
before any other gear we can get.
yep. And were you going to hawk all 5 of the daggers?
I might
Um,
keep one.
Yeah, I was supposed to say let's keep one.
Okay, cool. The other ones you can pawn off pretty easily over in. We'll do a sneak peek for anybody who's watching this on the replay. Can you guys see the flotilla?
Yes.
That's awesome. So yeah, you're able to hawk the. You're able to find a jeweler in the mercantile district pretty easily. You have a pretty constant convoy of people coming and going from this area, either trying to reestablish trade relations with the Grove or with the Crusade, or supplying people who are doing exactly what you're doing and kind of foraging, going inland. Um, and then to the southwest there, you can see the lava falls that I promised. So,
Ah,
yeah, over in the Razor, it's not hard to get rid of the daggers. You can get rid of them. They're worth a. You retain one of them, so you get a total six silver pieces out of that deal. And so the net profit is going to be 426 silver divided between the 3 of you.
142 each.
Yep.
I think.
Let's see. Yeah. If the math is wrong, then it's we'll call it a tax deduction error. So yeah, the 3 of you each get 142 silver pieces in addition to the pilfered gear that you were able to find, and you'll get. You'll get that 142 in experience each, plus 800 for the hit dice defeated, divided by 3 of you. Let's see. So each of you will get 408 experience points.
That's
before.
hit dice and uh, cash value added together.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, 408 experience before prime requisite modifier.
I get minus 10%.
Slow learner. I need to hurry up and buy Greyhawk. All right. So cool. So I will let you guys demarcate that down. Overall, a successful raid. Any and we're ending about on when we wanted to end too. I think. So
Yeah.
any parting thoughts from the crew at the table?
I had a good time. It was
Just
interesting.
it's time to go buy some slightly more effective gear.
I did link a Google Doc called the Ash Coast, and then the two maps that I did, one in Overland and then one another one. I put them together so you can check them out.
All right. Awesome. And if those, I will,
Sweet.
if they're not already there, I will put. You want me to put those in the main channel as pins?
If you want to, yeah.
Okay.
I put the maps together. I can do better pictures if you want, but like
Okay.
I didn't know what we were dealing with, so
Cool. We will figure it. We will figure it out as we go. All right. So
thanks.
Excellent.
It was nice meeting you guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming, Taylor.
Yeah, it was really fun.
See you guys next time.
welcome back
If
to.
anyone's wondering, I have graph paper to map what we see.
Yep. Sounds good.